Oh, that's weird. Oh, we're live.
Residential or commercial. CertaPro
Good morning,
can take
everyone.
care of it all.
I thought
Schedule
you
your free
did that. I
estimate
thought you
at
put us live.
CertaPro.com.
Brian puts
Each
us live.
CertaPro painter's
Oh.
business is independently owned and operated. They're right here in our community.
That's Certa with a C. CertaPro Painters, proven and trusted experts in painting.
Guy Gordon,
better.
2020 WJR Pure Michigan Ag Tour
Can
live
you hear
from
me now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What it
August
was.
6th,
My
3 to 5
lights
p.m.
went out.
sponsored by Great Lakes Bay Regional Convention and Visitors Bureau. For more information, visit gogreat.com.
Okay. Thanks, Brian.
The Paul W. Smith Show, News Talk 760, WJR.
It's Wednesday. Good Wednesday morning, or as Dana might say,
It's hump day.
5th day of August. That never gets old.
Never gets old.
218th day of 2020. There are 148 days left in the year. Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift. And for the team, the gift is waking up with you Monday through Friday, 5:30 till 9. Turn us on early, turn us up loud, leave us on all day long. We've got great programming. We started off in the morning with news, and Marie Osborne is here and doing a fine job. Good morning, Marie. Of course, Dana Clark, who does traffic, weather, has opinions about a variety of issues, talks about movies, restaurants, and whatever's on her mind. Dana,
Paul W., how you doing?
you have a lot of hair when you're not
I got
wearing your cap.
I know.
When the ball cap comes
It
off,
looks
the hair
cuter in
comes out.
person, but it's a little curly, little wash and go.
It
Literally.
looks great.
It
You
looks
like it?
great. Yeah, it
Yes.
looks great.
Okay,
Looks great.
awesome.
Speaking of looking great, Brian Morton in the control room, looking great. He has not ever looked better.
Yeah.
Of
He
course,
hasn't.
we can't see him, so we have just in our mind's eye a beautiful
Yes.
portrait of Brian Morton. Kim is up and helping, as always, first thing, and our executive producer in charge of all of us, Ann Thomas.
Good morning, Deb.
Good morning, Ann. Everybody, did everyone say good morning?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good
We made
morning.
it through the election. Yay.
I have some bad news for you. The Rockettes Christmas Spectacular has been canceled.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh,
Everything has been canceled.
Everything.
Remember
least
when I said,
one.
has Christmas been canceled? Now Christmas
No.
is canceled. Oh, no. Okay.
No.
Actually,
It's jumping a little ahead.
It might be kind of a great Christmas this year. Maybe we'll cut out all the extraneous stuff
Yeah.
and really have a sincere,
True.
meaningful Christmas season. Do you think?
Sure.
Yes.
Why not?
Yes.
Yes.
Why
Come
not?
on, you guys.
Let's all
Give
get
us a
behind
program.
that.
Sure.
Let's do it. And then let's do Festivus for the rest of us.
Oh, so wonderful. Love Festivus.
How about the tourist? How about the tourist? Where was he?
Italy.
In, Italy. Okay. He was not, I'm happy to say, he was not an American tourist, which breaks the type that we have generally out there, but it was an Austrian tourist who's in hot water now with the museum officials in Italy after you ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Accidentally broke the toes off of a 200-year-old statue while he was posing for a photo.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
You know, he weighs a couple hundred pounds. You don't go lying over a statue for a funny picture and not expect to come away with at least broken toes.
He's in big
Maybe
trouble.
yours.
Right.
Maybe your broken toes.
What will they do with
in
him, I
Italy.
wonder?
I don't know.
Right, because he can't afford to pay whatever it is.
That gluing
So-
those toes back on, not going to be
Oh,
good. Not going
man.
to be easy. It is the 5:43 at WJR.
This report is sponsored by the podcast Forgotten Women of Juarez.
The new podcast, Forgotten Women of Juarez, investigates a series of murders that have haunted the U.S.-Mexico border for almost 30 years. To find out more, listen to Forgotten Women of Juarez, wherever you get your podcasts.
Let's check out our WJR traffic and weather. And to do that, we're checking in with the one and only Hump Day girl, Dana Clark.
Nice and quiet out there this hump day. Traffic First also sponsored by the Construction Association of Michigan. Are you a construction contractor looking to grow or developer looking for a contractor? The Construction Association of Michigan, CAM, can help you work together to get your project done right. One industry, one resource, one CAM. Check them out at buildwithcam.com. Construction in the way along 8 Mile westbound between Gratiot and Van Dyke. That's in Detroit. 2 right lanes are closed. That's scheduled through August 15th. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Clarkston Window and Door. Over 31 years in business, over 450 combined years of experience installing windows. Trust a specialist at Clarkston Window and Door. Act now. Take advantage of 31% off install windows, doors, and garage doors. 248-338-6781 or clarkstonwindow.com.
It is going to be dry and alley today, but right on into the upcoming weekend. Just a few clouds this morning, then a sunny afternoon with a high of 77. Partly cloudy tonight with a low of 58, and a sunny Thursday with a high of 79. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Jeff Maher on News Talk 760 WJR.
And we have every Monday through Friday from noon till 3, Rush Limbaugh, but we get an extra special treat here at 5:44. He stops by to say hi. Rush?
Joe Lockhart, Bill Clinton's former press secretary, now works for CNN. And last week, Lockhart warned that despite what the polls say, that Biden could lose the election. Imagine that. Lockhart gave a bunch of suggestions. Biden should pretend the poll numbers are all wrong, run like the underdog. Biden should focus on turning out key Democrat constituents, blacks, women, suburban voters. And then came the biggie. Lockhart's strongest suggestion is for Biden to not do something under any circumstances. Joe Lockhart says that whatever you do, Joe Biden, do not debate Trump. Sure, Biden would take heat from Republicans, even from the media, but so what? Take the heat, skip the debates. Joe Lockhart says that Biden must ditch the debates because Trump lies, and it's impossible to win a debate with somebody who lies. He ought to know. He worked for Clinton. Come on. You know that explanation's a bald-faced lie, Joe. There's only one reason you're warning Biden not to debate. If he's on the debate stage on live TV with Trump for 90 minutes, there is no way that Biden can hide. There's no way he can hide his decline. He can hide his plugs. There's no way he can hide anything mentally, which is why Biden's team has been hiding him in the basement. Joe Lockhart's the one incapable of telling the truth here. But as Bill Clinton's press person then and a CNN guy now, what's new about that? He's an expert in lying, and Biden doesn't even know when he's in the basement. So what's the big deal about staying there?
Rush Limbaugh, noon to 3 today, right here on WJR.
We're back.
We're back.
So, Dub, you voted in person yesterday.
I did.
Details.
No problem at all. It was smooth, seamless. Okay. You know, we always got lucky because there was no one in line when we walked in, but maybe 4 or 5 after, we were done, we walked out and we went, we walked in at the right time, but there was never a long line.
Mm-hmm. What time was that?
What time was that, Kim?
Noonish.
It was later. It was like, It could have been 4 something. I wanted to get there before 5.
Okay.
In case there was that's like old fashioned thinking. Well, everyone gets off work at 5 so they can go vote.
Yeah. What about masks? What was the mask situation?
Everybody had a mask.
Everybody had a mask. That's great.
Everybody had a mask.
Great. So results are still slowly.
Very slow.
Very slow.
You know what? I got to mention this, that you go in and generally it is senior or seasoned citizens that are working there. And there were some seasoned citizens. We thank them for their service and especially tough time for them to be outside and mixing with people, but be that as it may. And then there was one of Sophie's classmates from school, her friend Deanna. And I went, and she had a mask on, but Kim recognized her right away. And I go, oh, Deanna. And so she was, I guess, donating her services. That's the first time I saw a young person at the polls learning how to do what they do there at the polls.
So
I'm sure it happens, but I had not seen it.
Well, it's funny you say that. I asked my kids that same question, who was working, and they all had younger people. at
Oh,
the polls.
good.
So we should ask Jocelyn about that. Were they recruiting younger people to work at the polls?
When are you going to have Jocelyn on?
Jocelyn's on at 8:35.
Okay.
Because that's
Yeah.
great. That's
That
really
is
great to see.
And they need young people need to see the process and see how it works.
That's a good
and
question.
See, what goes on so they can be more involved. I can't wait to work at the polls when I get
Yeah, me too.
80.
Seriously, this is something you've actually.
Now.
This is.
Yes.
I want to be
wait.
old so I can
Seriously.
hit people and
In
tell
your-
people off.
in your spare time, you've actually thought about that?
Just now.
I
just thought about it just now.
I can hardly wait till I'm old enough to work at the poll.
Yes, because I'm going
Some
to be
people
the
would take
latest.
offense. Some people might take offense, or they could take a
no.
wall or a chair or a table. But some people could take offense.
That's funny.
Uh,
No, I want to be the lady that has like the cane. See, when you get a certain age, you can do stuff that you can't do. Like I could move people
You're
along
hearing
with
the
my
Paul
cane in the
W. Smith
line.
Show. News Talk 760
They're acting up. I can
WJR.
hit them over the head with my cane. See,
on this Wednesday morning, middle of the week, we've just learned that Dana Clark has two dreams in life.
Two dreams.
Her one dream is when she's, as she put it, her words, not mine,
That's
when
right.
she's old enough to work at the polls.
That's right.
And now she's also noting that when she's working at the polls, as a seasoned citizen, she wants to have a cane with her. So
Yeah.
I think
Move it
everyone's
along,
up to,
people.
I
Move
think
it along.
everyone's up to where they need to be. It always kills me, and I always think there's hope. This is like hoping to win the lottery, but there was a Dutch art dealer who some woman brings in, and she's got a house full of pets, and they're running around, and she's carrying this thing, and she basically doesn't know what it's worth, and wants to know, is this thing worth anything? It's like a vase, whatever. It's got like a bunch of holes in it and stuff. It's not broken, but it's purple and white. And what do you think it's worth?
$1 million.
And the guy said, no, not $1 million. Sorry. It was $9 million. $9 million for a rare Chinese vase found in a pet-filled home. I suppose a couple of the cats scratched their backs on this to be the world's most expensive back scratcher.
Wow.
$9 million. Does anyone tell the truth? Has anyone else ever, besides taking time to dream of being a worker at the polls or being a greeter at Walmart or any of those things? Has anyone else ever thought that could happen to me one day? I keep going to those garage sales and
Absolutely.
I don't think that.
auction house things.
I think, why can't I find something like that? But I don't think that's going to happen. It's weird.
You buy lottery tickets?
I don't.
You don't buy lottery tickets?
I do when it gets big.
Yeah, when it would. Yeah,
But
when like 50 million wouldn't make a difference in my
No.
life, but
Right.
250 million would make a difference in my life. What the heck?
What was the show where you took your item?
Oh,
and-
yeah. Antique something. Antique.
Yeah, Roadshow.
Roadshow. You
Yeah.
guys.
Roadshow.
It's the
Yeah,
best
Antique
show
Roadshow.
on TV.
Oh.
You still watch that?
Heck yes.
Oh, do you? Okay. I've never
They
watched
have a lot of
it.
antiques looking in. The Antiques
Right.
Roadshow.
Whoa, really?
Hey, you open the door. I merely walk through it. This is, I'm standing here waiting for the setup.
I mean, when it was in Detroit, I brought my stuff there. My husband and I went.
I think
Oh,
we
yes.
spoke to you when you did that.
Yes.
We had her
Anything?
on
Nothing?
talking about it.
You had nothing.
There were, all of our stuff was worth something. I knew that it was when we brought it in, but there was no like, oh, it's $1 million.
Yeah.
Nothing like that. No.
Oh.
Yeah, I wish. I only wish. But no, it was pretty much, with certainly more than we had paid for it. So that was great.
Yeah. Well, that's fun.
Yeah, I love that show. Especially when someone has a clunker and they're like,
Right.
well,
And they
Aunt
keep
Sal-
insisting.
Yeah, Aunt Sally gave us this, and she told us it was from her World War II lover who died in battle. And it's, it's a
Man, you really
10-carat
have watched
diamond
this.
ring. And it's like, no, it's not. It's junk.
Not, lady.
Right now, Marie is doing the entire Antique Roadshow all by herself.
Episode 5.
Voices by Marie Osborne. Well, speaking of food, what a transition. The pierogi taco, a Polish-Mexican fusion snack, has landed. How's this? What? Polish Village Cafe in Hamtramck. That sounds, I don't know, oddly good.
It does. I would
Pierogi taco?
try.
Anna's saying
I would,
no.
I would give it
yogurt.
a whirl.
No
I have to
yogurt
see it.
anywhere. I would
Right.
absolutely give it a try. Yeah.
I have to see how it looks.
Okay.
And we'll know.
A pop-up that sells out of Detroit's Gratiot Central Market. Polish Village Cafe. Hard store there, bricks and mortar in Hamtramck.
Well, there's a huge success food story of a mixture of fusion of cultures, and that was when they, and this is in Detroit. It was written up in the New York Times. A woman developed an egg roll. She was of Asian descent, and she put inside of it corned beef and what's the meat that goes with corned beef? The corned
Pastrami?
beef and sauerkraut. Like sauerkraut.
Yeah.
in there.
Corned beef and cabbage,
And
corned
it's a
beef and
huge
sauerkraut.
hit. It's a huge hit. There's franchises all over Detroit. There's a couple of them on
I've
Woodward.
tried
Oh,
that.
yes.
I've
Is
had
it
that.
good?
Annie.
What?
It's amazing.
Annie
Well,
tried
I'm
something?
surprised you eat. I was going to say, I was very
Was there
surprised.
yogurt? Was there yogurt on there? And I didn't hear that.
No, it's kind of
And
a.
what's the name of the place it's a well-known? I'm going to have to look that up because she needs a shout out. That's a great Detroit success story.
I've only had them at Cowley's, an Irish restaurant.
Oh,
They
all right.
serve them there, and they're spectacular. They're really good. Mhm.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised.
All
she
good.
got it in.
Me too. She
always have
has
good.
nothing.
We always,
Air is her appetizer.
A twig and sticks.
we all have good food stories,
She
or
just
in
helped keep it
in
healthy.
Anne's case, good lack of food stories.
Very funny. So
Does this
interesting,
frighten anybody? Oh, go ahead.
interesting story developing, Paul, over on the west side with this election. Peter Meyer, the grandson of the founder of the Meyer supermarket chain, speaking of
right.
food, he is looking like he is going to win over there.
Yeah, they're
And he's
already
a young guy.
congratulating him. Yeah,
Yeah, 32 years old.
very
He's
young
gonna be somebody to
conservative.
watch. Yes.
Yeah.
A young conservative.
Yes, we got to
Any-
find him.
Any upsets so far?
There are. Well,
Okay.
but the problem is we don't have enough votes to really.
Okay, you can't really.
Yeah, in fact, I
Okay.
was going, but there's some races that I have are kind of showing themselves. I do want to say that Prosecutor Worthy in Detroit, it's still not called. I mean, there's
Okay.
only
That was shocking to me.
yeah, it's not called, but right now she's pretty close to neck and neck with Burton Harris, the young woman who she's a Bernie Sanders
Okay.
backer, and she's had a lot of advertising, and so that's a close one too. And also in Oakland County for the prosecutor's seat, that one may be. Well, we might see a surprise there too, but we'll keep an eye on that.
Who knew they would be in the hot seat? But I guess they are.
Yes,
That's a hot one. 557 at WJR.
This report is sponsored by the podcast Forgotten Women of Juarez.
The new podcast, Forgotten Women of Juarez, investigates a series of murders that have haunted the U.S.-Mexico border for almost 30 years. To find out more, listen to Forgotten Women of Juarez, wherever you get your podcasts.
An update in the news with Marie on the Beirut explosion with, I don't know what the number is. It was at least 100 a while ago and 100 dead and 4,000 wounded. It's just a horrible, horrible story. We'll get more to that in our news coming up. And right now we get to our WJR traffic and weather first. Miss Dana Clark.
Sponsored by the Restore Wellness Center. Tired of dealing with nagging body pain, joint swelling, tendinitis, neuropathy, and chronic pain? The Restore Wellness Center will reduce or eliminate the pain completely. Reserve your appointment today at the state's best non-invasive laser therapy treatment center. Call 800-935-5959 in Brighton, Shelby, and Bloomfield, or restorewellnesscenter.com. Construction along 8 Mile eastbound between Van Dyke and Gratiot. 2 right lanes are closed through August 15th. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Shelving.com. Celebrate 60 years with Shelving.com, a Michigan family business offering Detroit-made durable Unirack brand pallet racking. Maximize space at your manufacturing facility, warehouse, school, and home. Visit Shelving.com. Get 11% off. That's Shelving.com. They rack your world. We are in for a great day today. Some sunshine, a few clouds in there, but a nice, comfortable 77 tonight. Cloudy skies, low 60. For Thursday, except for a few afternoon clouds, it's going to be mainly sunny and a high of 79. On Friday, we hit 84. Clear skies, 59 degrees. I'm Dana Clark, WJR News, with Marie Osborne in about 1 minute.
So that's an interesting story out of Beirut. Paul, have you been to Beirut?
Oh, he's on.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
What was that?
Have you been to
didn't hear.
Beirut?
I've been to the Beirut once this year. Yeah.
I'm talking
That
No,
food.
not the restaurant.
Beirut.
Oh, Beirut.
You know, the big Beirut.
So silly.
I'm thinking of the important one for
Yeah,
my
you got
stomach
food on
with
your
all that
mind
talk
today.
about food. But I have not been across the street from Beirut, and we're going to go to Beirut live and speak to someone about this.
Well, actually,
horrific
she's
explosion.
she's here right now.
Oh, is she?
Her
she's
family
from-
is over there. I saw her on television. Yeah, last night.
Yeah.
She's former Miss Lebanon or runner-up
Runner-up,
or
yeah.
something. I read your rundown, Ann, and
Good.
then I saw her on the news. I backed up the tape. I went, wait a minute, that's who we're having on tomorrow. So she
Apparently
has
been
family
tracking
there and friends, and
Mm.
but she's a Troy woman.
Now, this is interesting, though, because the president had said at some point yesterday that he had talked to his generals and that it was an attack. But now
Okay.
there's no confirmation of that.
No, I haven't
this
heard
morning.
anything. Just from the president saying it was like a bomb. I saw something here. Oh, Richard Burton died on this day
Oh, okay.
in 1984. How old do you think he was when he died in Geneva, Switzerland?
85.
And
90.
58.
What?
Richard
He was
Burton?
58
That's
when he
young.
died. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
This day in 1962, not a lot of good things on this day, but in this 1962 on this day, Marilyn Monroe was found dead in her Los Angeles home. Her death was ruled a probable suicide.
Yeah, she was young. Like,
Pause
Right, oh,
for
yeah.
reaction.
It was. It
possible
was.
suicide from acute barbiturate poisoning.
How old was she when she died?
30 something? 30 something.
30 something is right. 36.
Yeah.
Wow.
The Beatles' Revolver album was released on this day in 1966. How many years is that? It's a lot of years. 1966.
50 something years.
Yeah.
So, Annie, how did your niece do?
I think she lost.
Oh.
But only in Oakland County, it's still we're at 83% reporting.
Okay.
But so far, it doesn't look good.
Oh,
I know.
You never know till the end, especially
True.
when
She could
nobody
still
knows
win.
how many votes
She
are
could
in.
still win.
In a lot of
Right.
cases, they don't know how many votes are in or
So
where they're from.
83% in Oakland County. and
Okay,
she's-
so that's
and
still
she's
quite a bit to go.
But Paul, we'll really have to ask Jocelyn about this Wayne County because it's way slow.
What else? What else? There was something else I'm supposed to ask her, and I forgot already. What is
About
it?
the young kids working.
Oh,
at
yeah,
the
yeah,
poll.
Yeah, are they recruiting younger helpers?
It could be
Dana?
days, right, before this is counted.
Yeah, well, could be. Yeah, yeah. Where do
Well,
we
the
have
other
her?
thing is turnout. She's at 835, Deb.
Oh, here she is. Of
Ask
course.
her about turnout too.
Yeah.
Turnout, because it's different now. Turnout is affected by the over a million whatever ballots they got in the mail. So you would expect if you had a big ballot mailing thing going on that there'd be fewer people coming to the polls. Okay, so turnout young people working at the polls. Young
turnout combined with mail-in, because it's all the same. They all voted, you know.
Right. You want to know what kind of a vote we've had going on.
Yeah, for a primary, because usually, primaries are not as many people are involved, but this year seems to me a pretty big turnout from what I can tell. So David Coulter so far is ahead of Andy Meisner.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. So when you talk to David, it looks to me like it's 53 to 46%. So that'll be interesting to see what Coulter has to say.
Yeah, what a long night.
Yeah, that is kind of. And the other really interesting race out of Oakland County is Karen McDonald. Looks like she's going to unseat Jessica Cooper.
Okay.
Jessica Cooper is the Oakland County prosecutor there.
She's been there for a while.
Yes, she has. And at the moment, McDonald has got twice as many votes as Jessica Cooper.
Wow.
So that's going to be an upset over there. So that'll be interesting too.
Okay. Noor Dano, the former Lebanon Beirut anchorwoman, Miss Lebanon runner-up, now living in Troy. And she has family in Beirut, and she's had direct contact there and can maybe give us an update, along with the updates we have in the news throughout the day. A horrific explosion.
Did you see it? It was, oh gosh, so
Horrible, right?
heartbreaking.
Oh.
Yes.
Really horrible. Well, a lot of people from this area still have family there too. So.
Oh yeah, a lot of people have got family they're very worried about, and I don't know how hard it is. We'll ask our guest how hard it is to get in and out with calls. Lots of times when things like this happen, it's very hard to get phone calls through. At least that used to be the case. I assume that's still a potential problem. It's National Underwear Day, by the way.
Oh boy.
Oh wow.
It's in my stack.
That's interesting. Yeah. Yeah. The other interesting story.
And he's like, "That's interesting." Yeah.
Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now
Moving
he's okay.
What's interesting?
Matthew Stafford doesn't have coronavirus.
It was a false positive.
he does
Yeah,
not.
I know.
Positive.
And his
If they
wife
can make
went nutty on
mistakes
social
with
media.
him, they can make mistakes with all of us. Now, see, I've never been a fan of the test.
Well,
because even if they get it right, and you're negative today, you walk out and go pick up a gallon of milk, and you have it.
Well,
and you had a test, and you're walking around spreading it, saying, "I was tested."
Right. Exactly.
The one to worry about is the rapid test, because that seems to me to be somewhat inaccurate. I mean, his wife Kelly posted last night how stressful this has been for that family. She was really fired up.
People came up into her in the grocery store and were not nice to her.
What?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
We're nice
What
to her.
does she have to do with?
How did you not protect your husband from that virus?
God.
Oh, come on. Come on. What was it about?
The Paul W. Smith Show, News Talk 760, WJR.
Good Wednesday morning to you. It is the 5th of August, the 218th day of 2020. There are 148 days left in the year.
Oh, boy.
Make each and every day count. Each day is a gift. Apparently, Maria's making those pierogi tacos.
So right.
She loved the idea of the pierogi taco with the international intrigue.
Oh, boy.
So meanwhile, the team is here. Maria Osborne in news, and there's no shortage of news. Dana Clark checking traffic, weather, an opinion or two, and whatever might be going on.
It's hump day.
It is. Did I not go through that already?
That's all right. I got you.
All right. And Brian Morton is in the Golden Tower of the Fisher Building, taking care of business. Kim is here. Well, Kim was here. I know she was because I have fresh, wonderful coffee. She makes it so good, and then she has some little ideas that come floating by here that are pretty important in our conversations. And the woman who tries to manage all of this is our executive producer, Ann Thomas. We're a handful, Mom, aren't we?
That's right.
We're a handful. All right.
So Kelly Stafford,
Okay.
she tweeted last night, and she said that the past 4 days have been somewhat of a nightmare because of this testing issue and the fact that at first Matthew Stafford was found to be positive, and then he was tested again and again and again, and he's negative.
And now it turns out after a couple of positive results, he is negative.
I'm sorry.
I'm just going to say, Marie, as you might be saying, just as the positives were false, what's the guarantee that the negatives are not false? See what I'm saying here? I mean, if they're going to get it right with somebody, they're going to get it right with a multi-million-dollar quarterback, where they have a system set up that affects all of them, and they know what the heck they're doing.
Right.
So in that environment, they were wrong.
Yeah.
So what's to make you think that as you line up for tents, and I'm not besmirching the lineup for tents, I've done it twice. You line up, and somebody sticks their head in and sticks a thing down your nose, and they put it in a thing, and then it's delivered hopefully to the right lab, and the lab gets it right. You're really going through a lot.
But she was treated poorly, Paul.
How is it that people would come to treating Matthew's wife poorly because he had and then didn't have?
Right. Because the whole family had to be tested. As soon as he came back with that question mark on his name, everybody in the family repeatedly got tested. So they knew before the media did that it was a false positive. So she claims that she was at the grocery store and people came up to her and were rude. In other words, why are you out if you've been exposed to COVID? That her children, she has, these little girls, the twins, and then that they were supposedly mistreated on the playground. Why are they on the playground? They're going to spread this around.
This is
she
ridiculous.
was angry that the NFL released that information or allowed that information to get out.
Well, she probably has lots of things to be angry about, but people bullying her, it's just unbelievable. I find it hard to believe. Here's something to leave us with, if anyone's concerned about this or not, because do any of you think there are other people out there in the galaxy on other planets that I kind of would have guessed Dana did.
Of course.
But I'm skeptical. You think I'm Paul? Okay. I'm skeptical. Anyone else skeptical?
I'm skeptical, but I'm a little. It's possible, I guess.
It's possible, but skeptical.
But listen to this. Scientists have traced mysterious radio signals detected on Earth to a dead star within our Milky Way galaxy, a star that we thought was dead.
See?
Might be very much alive.
I wonder if they've got coronavirus there.
Right.
I want to know how somebody can't catch that coronavirus is coming to this country, but they can catch a millisecond long burst of radiation that was emitted by a Magnus star, a type of star with an extremely powerful magnetic field, roughly 14,000 light years away. 14,000 light years away, a millisecond long burst of radiation emitted, and they get a reading on it, but they can't see COVID hitting them squarely in the face. Are you kidding me?
Different kind of science.
Right. Right.
So it's time to put the astronomers in touch with the medical folks.
Put them in charge.
Get this together here, folks. Imagine. Did you hear that? It was a millisecond burst that came from 14,000 light years away. I heard it.
Right. That's the mystery of it all. See? Ooh.
That is the mystery of it all.
Mystery.
Forget about the fact that they wonder who's calling.
Right.
Were you expecting a call from somewhere deep in the Milky Way, 14,000 miles away?
Oh boy.
14,000 light years away? What is it? 14, what is it? Yeah, 14,000 light years away.
And we're on our cell phone saying, "Hey, are you still there? Hey,
right. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me now?" Yeah. Yeah, that's the truth. All right. Well, I think we have to go back to work now. after having so much fun. We do have a lot of work to do and a lot of important stories, including what did or did not happen in the primary election around your neighborhood. So we'll have all that for you in our WJR News and in our conversation. And most importantly, up next, we'll be going directly to a woman whose family in Beirut has been affected by the explosions. They have family and friends that have been injured, and sadly, some that have been killed. So from Noor Dano, coming up at 6:18. In the meantime, we're taking care of a little business here.
This report is sponsored by ExpressPros.com. Mark your calendars. Express Employment Professionals is once again hosting National Interview Day on August 6th. This special event supports hiring as businesses continue to reopen and business ramps back up. Apply online today. Visit ExpressPros.com/interview day to find a location near you.
Let's check it right here, right now. Our WJR traffic and weather first, and Dana Clark.
Traffic first sponsored by Starline Mackinac Island Ferry. Hightail it to Mackinac Island on a Starline Hydrojet or Catamaran ferry. And now a new pirate ship, the Good Fortune. Starline offers the largest open-air boats disinfected before every trip, with fares starting at $19. Get discount tickets and vacation packages at MackinacFerry.com. That's MackinacFerry.com. 75 northbound between 7 Mile and Adams. The road is reduced to just 2 lanes there for construction that's scheduled through early November. Now, WJR Weather First from the Weather Channel, sponsored by Restore Wellness Center. Are you experiencing nagging body pain, tired of taking medication for relief, neck and back, arthritis, tendinitis, muscle soreness, and more? The Restore Wellness Center can help relieve or eliminate the pain completely and get you back to work. Reserve your appointment today. Call 800-935-5959 in Brighton, Shelby, and Bloomfield, or RestoreWellnessCenter.com.
Just a few clouds this morning, then expect sunshine this afternoon with a high of 77. Overnight, partly cloudy with a low of 58. Sunny and slightly warmer on Thursday. Tomorrow, with a high climbing to 79 degrees. From the Weather Channel, I'm meteorologist Jeff Maher on News Talk 760 WJR.
Thank you, Jeff. 6:14 on this Wednesday.